Hey, I hope all of y'all are doing well and blessed today. Well and blessed today. Right now, it's a really interesting time right now, and I thank y'all for Shag Sukkot Samak. A lot of great energy in the air. It truly is. Move forward day by day, and in many ways, we're seeing that change. We're seeing the change of many people's awakenings and contrite walk. We're seeing many people wake up to who they are. We're seeing many people waking up to who we are. Make sure everything was good. And getting ready to come out, I realized just how cold it was. They say that we have a cold front coming in from the east and the northeast, and it's more coming in from, I believe, the south in the west. Excuse me, in the west, depending on where you are. It's part that we had. We winter. That's usually how it works when you have something really hot going on and it's a real big drought. You get five one season, and then it kicks right into the extreme on the other side of the spectrum. And that was kind of to be expected. If it Then you probably are going to be in for a really cold winter. One of those the tell about the last night supporting it has fallen down as well. I know I usually sit down. I'm usually sitting down and I'm not doing too much moving. You know, and how under the tabernacle, I got the fire pit right over here. So I was thinking what we'll do is we'll go ahead and light that commemorative fire before everything is said and done. And we can just kind of kick back and, you know, can go live or keep the live stream flowing. And we put my chair out and sit in front of the fire for a few minutes. And that should keep me warm. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go. But and today, or what did y'all last week? What were some of the things that stuck out to you in your own personal walk? Um, Feast of Tabernacles. First of all, let's give each other a round of applause and let's give all the praise to the Most High that we were able to do live. I think it's very important that we were a part of something this year that we had never done before. We need to celebrate that we had an opportunity to do something great for the most. clothes on our back, shoes on our feet, you know, goods and foods in them, rice and beans, whatever we got to eat, whatever we have to enjoy our days with. We've been blessed with these things, and all of these things are gifts from the Most High, you know. And so when we could do something, when we can do blessing, sold all of these things to us, don't you know what? Let me see if access, instruct. I constant thing. I know it's like, bruh, are we gonna be talking about the law, statutes, and commands every day? Well, my name ain't Frank, but to keep it true, Jew with you, yeah, we do. It now, when we use the word and command is such a strong word, and in 2022, you got so many folks running around saying, "Ain't nobody gonna command me to do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna tell me to do nothing." Right? And that's just the air of people's ego right. That's why if you carefully listen to me, oftentimes I like to say request it us to do these things. The most high. And more so than request, I like to say instruct. Instructs you. You follow that instruction. Or word guidance. That you need guidance. Like when I was a child, I think when I came out my mama's womb, no matter enemy attack was on me as soon as I was born. Y'all. I'm not bragging and boasting. Share mistakes. Enemy team. Me to help those were and they're into keeping us down, deaf and dumb. Remember that. I won't tell you that before I tell you because you up here trying to be holier than thou, knowing full well I was living a life that goes in total antithesis against what my initial calling and eventual calling actually was. My heart, but also makes me so happy and makes like this and observe the Feast of Tabernacles, that grace and mercy on my life to have my life turned around, that ain't no plaything. And we all get that opportunity. It's just do we all answer the call, you know? But little boy, I'm telling this talking thing. I've been talking, y'all. I've been talking. I've been underneath people's nose looking to see what I could learn. I was very inquisitive, just like I am today. Always looking, but never to the point where people, I mean actual cats, literal animals. You know, curiosity killed the cat, right? And some state where they end up getting hurt, you know, like or something. His name was One. And he found me a little orange cat like Garfield. He was a little kitten. Around like a dog, y'all. Followed me around like a dog. I used to do property cleanup. Used to do used to have well, he still got the property. He property managed properties. and all that type of thing, removing graffiti and all that type of thing. Up there doing that, right? And all of a sudden I hear this meow, meow. I'm like, hold on, what in the world? And I look down, right at my feet was this little orange little kitten. Like he fell out of heaven, y'all. I kid you not, because I'm in a big parking lot. I'm looking around as always. I'm sweeping the whole time, so I gotta look down. I look up, meow, meow, and I look back down. Right in front of my feet is this cat, this little kitten. Like, where did you come from? And this never seen a cat like this. He was orange like Garfield, but he look at you like Puss in Boots. He give you eyes. He be like, "Oh man, I gotta help this little kitten." And so I'm walking around. I'm like, "Hey, somebody lost the cat," because I'm not trying to keep him. You know, so, property. This cat followed me everywhere I went like a little puppy. Now I never seen that before. Cats are usually scurry off and they'll run away, but this kitten, he was dog. And I was like, all right, this cat is different. Following me. I said, come on, man. I'm gonna take you home for the night. You can stay tomorrow night. Well, then you come back the next day. We went back up there to the cat. He got he shop doors. Like a liquor store or it's a round table liquor store, Walgreens, that kind of shopping center parking lot. He, because he want to make sure I'm still close by. And then he'll back out and come back wherever I was at. This cat is special. Nobody claimed him that second night. So I brought now that was real funny. That's why curiosity do kill the cat. Now I see why they say cats have 9 lives. That cat must have used up before he got hit. I knew he was protecting the house when he got hit. Somebody hit him, a neighbor. Zach, okay, 9 lives is where I was at. The cat, I'm trying to reach him, but he was a little afraid. His little nails, his little claws was stuck into the shingles up there. I said, man, don't you do that again. He'll be. He broke his. I didn't. And I said, man, don't you do that again. I bet you don't do that again. And you know what happened? It didn't bust through the skin, but you could see most thing right up. His whole arm was healed back up, and he had American bulldogs. He was a kitten. It would be too cold around the time that I found him. So but as he got older, he wouldn't want to stay inside. But the dog didn't go to where she was supposed to go into the laundry room, to the living room where the cat was, and they got at it. He jumped on her face, and she was trying to shake him off. She American bulldog, and they went at it. That was his other life. Almost it flashed right before his eyes. So the point is, probably won't have one again. I don't know, but he was cool. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Hello, can y'all hear me? Okay, thank you. Yeah, see, I didn't have no control over that. YouTube gonna play with me. It's all right. It's all right. The point is, I always been inquisitive. I always wanted to learn. I always been talking. I always been walking. I always been looking, and I always put myself in a position to want to learn. Okay, I always put myself in a position to want to learn. Now I know everybody ain't like that. You know, sometimes when we search for things that interest us, we end up being taken other ways, um, and things get revealed to us that we might not have been ready to actually learn at that time. And so it kind of stagnates us. Like, for instance, reading the law, you know, part of the main issue with our people isn't necessarily that we don't like feast days. It's not necessarily that we don't like holy days, because you see, we all do. Where we all did Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving and Easter and all these other things, Shoot, we even celebrate Columbus Day for the longest, so it's not 4th of July. So it's not like we don't like holidays. What it is we don't like holy days. And the reason we don't like the Most High's holy days is because of the accountability. You see, Christmas, it ain't no laws attached to Christmas. It ain't no laws attached to Thanksgiving. There's not no statutes attached to Halloween. It's a common understanding. You get your costume, you get you a bag of candy, you go out there and trick or treat. That's the law. Trick or treat. And that's so messed up. Trick or treat. Think about that for a minute, y'all. Trick or treat. What kind of exploitation and blackmail is that? I'm gonna trick you if you don't treat me. Trick or treat. You choose. Which one you want? And our children learn this early and don't even realize what it means. Our parents are taught this as children, and then they grow up and teach the next generation to trick or treat. And you wonder why so many people get hurt on that holiday, on that holiday, I should say, because people are conditioned to either do something to hurt you or do something that appears to help you. But either way it goes, the conditions for that day is also you gotta dress up into something that you are not. You have to put a mask on. You have to alter who you are, your personality. And when you put on that mask, you then become one with the energy of whatever you are aligning yourself with. Are y'all seeing where I'm going with this? So when you align yourself with that of a werewolf or a vampire or a witch or a zombie or a warlock or any other thing, for that moment in time, that person who is placing those items over themselves are aligning with that energy. And how much more would it be great for us to put on the covering of the Most High, to put on that thing that the Most High asks us to put over our lives and align with that energy. And when we do that, it's an everyday thing. Halloween, if you took a poll, I don't know how many people would want to observe Halloween every day. I don't know how many people would want Christmas every day. I don't know. I think they made a little cartoon about that one time. Christmas every day. And the little boy wished it was Christmas every day. And then it was Christmas every day. And he realized that Christmas, even when he was observing it, was special for that one day because of everything else that doesn't happen every day. But when he had Christmas every day, he realized, oh no, what did I do? It was like a be careful what you wish for type scenario where he kept on getting the same gifts over and over. It was like Groundhog's Day. And at first, the little boy was juiced until he realized what he asked. And he was like, oh, no, no, no. And so, my thing is this: we're quick to do those things that go against the Most High because there's a low level of accountability. You see, there's a low level of accountability. And that's really what it is. You know, when we're asked to do things that go against our comfort zone, many of us fail to see the blessing in that. One thing I learned about comfort zones is this: when we have to go against the grain for a moment, think about working out. When you first start a workout, if you hadn't been working out for a while, you might have all the energy in the world that first day, for sure. You like, ooh, this was good. I like that. I could do this. Ooh, yeah. And then you get your rest, you take your shower, get your rest, eat a little something. Then what happened that second day? Your muscles tight. You can't hardly bend your arms. You can't hardly walk. Everything tight. Everything kind of sore. And you like, ooh, no, I need to rest. And what happens when you rest and don't work out that second day? 9 times out of 10, if you don't got a certain level of motivation, if you don't have nobody around you to push you and help stretch you out and just remind you that you have a goal, what's going to happen? You're going to sit down for 2 weeks or however long it takes for your body to feel like it's going back to normal before you say, oh, I think I should start working out again. But by then, all of the efforts that you put in that first workout, you're going to have to do it again. It's not going to be building up on nothing. So it's best to do your workout every day, every other day until you get into a real swing of things. And then you can be consistent with an everyday workout, a rest day, and this and that. Well, I like to look at the law, statutes, and commands the same way when we first getting into it. Yeah, it's rough at first. It goes against your comfort zone. Sometimes it even feel good. you know. But them second days, them third days, where it starts sinking in, and you like, whoa, it was cool that first day for that first couple hours. I was watching Bruh Channel, and we was talking about the law, statutes, and command. That was cool. But then you mean to tell me we got to talk about this all the time? You mean we got to stay on this every day? You mean I got to live this way all the time? I don't know about that. I really don't, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know about that. And so that's one of the key reasons why, once a person gets a taste of the Most High's law, statutes, and commands, they either going to be zealous about them and continue to live in them the best of their abilities and learn and be inquisitive and curious about what else we got to read about and what else the Most High have to say to us through the Word, or we're going to be like, nope, no way, buddy. Hey, Bucky. Hey, Buckaroo. Nah, I'm good off that, Buckaroo. I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at and keep on doing this worldly thing because there's a lawlessness in the land right now, and I think I want to take advantage of that. I think I want to just do what I want to do. And I got something that's over me in the form of these Torahs and these scrolls and these Tanakhs and these laws, statutes, and commands. I don't think I want to get with that, buddy. See you later, Buckaroo. You know, and so that's really where we at. Thank y'all for thumbing up and liking this live stream. I truly appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the true support on another level where we can get these live streams in the algorithm. There's so much young life out here that's getting ready to do Halloween. If we could just get these videos on their thread, we could just get one video on their thread, one of them young brothers, one of them young sisters. As I say this, a beautiful white-tailed deer, a beautiful a male, awesome antlers, running across one of the fields in front of me, y'all. Never seen nothing like it. Hold on. Oh man, what a beautiful animal. Y'all, y'all, y'all. I had to open the truck for that one, y'all. Y'all. Huh. As I'm talking about, I know it's just one youth, one youngster, one young brother, one young sister that could benefit from these live streams and just click on it and just give it a shot. As I said that, it's beautiful, beautiful, majestic, whitetail, male buck ran across in front of me, y'all. Never seen nothing like that in real life in my life ever. That had to be what they call a 3 or 4 point deer. The deer was so beautiful. If I was hunting, I would feel ashamed to have to even dispatch that animal. I'd let that go. I'd just let that animal go. I'm not no big hunter anyway. I prefer to deal with vegetables and fruits, root vegetables and things like that. That animal was so beautiful. That was a sign, y'all. First thing I thought about was what David said in that song, where the Most High strengthens his ankles and gives him the swiftness of a deer to be able to run and do what he do. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm talking to y'all, how that deer just ran across right in front of me, and the sun is right in front of me, and it ran right there in front of me from the north to the south, because I'm facing west. It ran from the north, and I didn't even see it in my peripheral vision until I saw the movement probably like this. I didn't see anything off to the side. That was so special. That was so special. All praises to the Most High. But you see, wow. The point is, y'all, we can do things to make change. We can do things to change our condition. We can do things to change our situation, but we really got to meet the Most High halfway. We have to do the work. And so, like I asked y'all, what did y'all learn this Feast of Tabernacles? What was it about this particular week that stood out to you in your own daily walk, in your own life? It don't have to be all complex and all this and all that. Just I know that there was something in your life that reminded you of the glory of the Most High. I know there was something in your life that made you take note. It made you say, wait a second, this might really be real. It might really be something to this. What was that in your life? And if you don't want to answer that now, that's totally fine, y'all. But I want you to think about the question and I want you to contemplate it. I want you to do what we say, ponder it. I want you to marinate on it. I want you to simmer in it and just think about it for a second. Think about this thing and think about your place in it. One thing that I do not want to do is appear holier than you. That's not what this is about, y'all. Oh, bro, just trying to keep these days so he can, whatever somebody' intention would be. Nah, I tell y'all while I'm keeping these days. You want to know why again? Just in case you a new supporter and you missed the first few days of Feast of Tabernacle. You know why I'm keeping this day? Because the Most High mighty hand have been on me when I was doing the most lascivious things. The Most High hand was on me when I was out here running around and doing things for the enemy. The Most High was out here over me, covering me when I didn't even know who I was. The Most High had that mighty hand and outstretched arm around me, kept a hedge of protection around me when I was out here doing fool things. Do y'all hear me? The Most High had me and blessed me when I didn't know how to bless myself and have the Most High. The Most High covered me day to day and kept me smooth, kept me safe, kept me fed, kept me clothed, kept a roof over my head, kept shoes on my feet, kept me moving forward with strength of a young man, kept me moving forward and kept me healthy, kept me able to do all these things and blessed me with all these gifts and talents. And my fool self is using these gifts and talents and all my strength for the enemy. Do y'all hear me? So when the Most High woke me up to who I was, woke me up to the error of my ways, woke me up to what I need to be doing. I said, man, if I could dedicate a whole life to the enemy and I was doing these things for the enemy and showing out for the enemy, then I got to go a million times harder for the Most High. Do y'all hear me? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I want to now use my life for good, an example of good. It ain't got nothing to talk about, no, oh, I'm better than you, my brother. I'm better than you, my sister. No, no, I know what it feel like to want to observe the high holy days of the Most High, but feel inadequate, feel like, well, I don't got everything, so why should I do it? I'm contemplating and thinking about it, but I don't even have everything that the word tell me I'm supposed to have to observe this day. So I'm just gonna wait until I get to where the Most High say I'm gonna be. I'm gonna just wait till I get to the wilderness. I'm gonna just wait till I get this, so I get that, or I'm in position to do this and do that. But my heart is telling me, nah. Listen, sis. Listen, dude. Listen, baby girl. I got to do what I got to do right now to the best of my ability, but I'm ignoring even that because I don't feel adequate enough. I know what those days feel like. I know what that feels like. But for me personally, after being brought all this way, and now I'm in the place that I always said, well, I need to be in this place if I'm going to be able to observe these high holy days, Most High. I need to be here, Father. I need to be over here if I'm going to do this. Now I'm finally here. So I would be a fool, y'all, if I didn't do my best and put my best foot forward to observe the high holy day for what I can do now. Are y'all hearing me? And the blessing is, I do have access to the natural resource that I need to follow the blueprint that was given to us in the Word. I got some of it. I don't have the palm branches. I don't have shoot, right now, I don't have the lambs. I don't have the livestock like goats and sheep. You see what I'm saying? But that's not gonna stop me. Let's talk about what I don't have for a minute. I don't be liking to focus on what I don't have. That's a glass half empty mentality. That's a mentality of lack. But just for the sake of this, so y'all see that, oh man, he trying to do all everything. And I know y'all not on that with me. I know y'all not on that with me. But this is a disclaimer for those who are led to this video who might feel some type of way when they wanted to do this Feast of Tabernacles. Think about a month from now, somebody that was thinking about doing this and they kind of swept it under the rug and they still end up seeing this video, but it's a month from now. They like, oh, their conscience is gonna be tested. It's gonna be called back to their conscience to think about what they could have done a month before until they got to this video a month later. They be like, you know what? Man, I could have actually did something. Dang, now I'm gonna have to wait till next year. Well, what if next year don't come? Dang, I'm gonna have to wait till the next time. What if the next time don't come? So it's best to do what you can do right now. That's my point. That's my point. So like I said, I don't have uh no little goats. I don't have no sheep. I don't have no doves. I be seeing the doves with them little jokers be flying and sitting on them telephone lines, and they'll go. Like I think I see one now. They get to doing like this. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Did y'all have a granddaddy that taught y'all how to do the dove call? I did. I learned how to do that dove call when I was a little boy. call. That's the first time I done did it in a long time. But that's that dove call. That's that dove cry. You get to singing with them doves, and that hypnotize them, and then you could get them. But my point is, these doves is around here. I don't have no coop full of doves and pigeons to be sacrificing right now. You hearing me? But what I do have is what I have. I have a breath in my lungs. I have the strength to be able to chop some wood. I have the strength to be able to put these pine thatch up and cross hatch them. And y'all see the tabernacle. Y'all seen it. That's what I have strength to do. I have strength to get on this live stream every day, figure out what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna say it, allow the Most High to guide me, and then get to it. We covered so many of the laws, statutes, and commands during this past week. I don't know if y'all realize this how far we got through. We did a great thing. There was so much that was shared. There was so much that we talked about. And as we get to the conclusion of this Feast of Tabernacles, I think it's really important to identify just how far we came because, where are we? We on the 18th right now. In maybe a week or so, a little over a week from now, people will be clamoring and clamoring. There are people right now who are searching for their next Halloween costume. Once we get past this week, after this, it's going to be non-stop holidays, if I may, excuse me. But it's not going to be no holy day like that. It's going to be holidays. And this was our opportunity to really count our blessings in a festive sense that actually aligns with something that is truly of the Most High. In the coming weeks and months, it's going to be all about what this society got to say and do. We even still going to have some of us who are trapped in that whole mentality of having to get Christmas presents and having to observe Thanksgiving because of the pressure of family and your presence wanting to be felt, with family and all these other things. Oh, come over, just come on. And then the feeling of guilt that they'll place on you if you don't show up. Oh, yeah, we know all about that. But where's the guilt that they feel for not showing up for your observance of the high holy days? Don't you find that funny? You get made to feel guilty for not attending Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas, but they don't feel guilty at all for not wanting to do what the Most High asks us to do and attend the Feast of Tabernacles, to attend the Feast of Trumpets, to observe Rosh Hashanah. They not tripping on that, right? But want to guilt complex you into not observing Halloween, into not observing a high wicked day. They'll try to make you feel guilty about that. So I'm asking y'all, don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel guilty about that. Don't let nobody trick you out your position. Don't let nobody trick you and make you feel low and bad just because you're not doing Christmas, just because you're not doing Thanksgiving. Every day is Thanksgiving when you in this truth. Every day is Thanksgiving because you remember that one time you was going a whole nother way. We are hard-headed and stiff-necked people. We was going whole other ways, and now we doing our best to do this. We doing our best to observe this. But I can tell you this, one day I'm gonna have my sheep. One day I'm gonna have my goats. One day I'm gonna have my little coop of pigeons. One day I'm gonna have my little doves. One day I'm gonna have my little chickens running around here. And on that day, when it's time to observe the high holy days in all of their esteem, then I'll be able to do even more. See, the Most High want to test you and want to see, well, just how far is they gonna go in their place of captivity? Just how far are they gonna bust their butts to try to do something for me? Because remember, when we wanted to observe Halloween, we go all over the town, we go all over the city to find that perfect costume. Oh, Rite Aid ain't got it. Walgreens ain't got it. Party City ain't got it. Oh, I gotta go to the mall to get it. Oh yeah, we go all around to try to get that Halloween costume. Oh, they ain't got this bag of candy at Target. They done sold out. Now I gotta go to Walmart to get the candy. Oh, I gotta go to Longs to get the candy, CVS to get the candy. Oh, I gotta go over here to Sam's Club to get the candy, or I gotta go to Costco's to get the candy, or I gotta go to Walmart to get the candy. Oh yeah, we had bust our butts to do some Halloween. Oh, and don't even let me get to talking about Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving, oh, they done sold out of sweet potatoes over here. I gotta go over here and over here. They ain't got the whipped cream. They ain't got the crust that I like. They ain't got no more boxes of cornbread. All the turkeys that been sold out. The big turkey I wanted. Oh, I knew I should have left earlier to get that turkey. Now everybody's shopping. Oh, don't let me get to talking about them other holidays like what's them Cyber Mondays and what's the Black Fridays and all that madness. Oh, I got to go after the day of Thanksgiving. I got to go and get me that new TV. I got to go and hurry up and beat everybody to the store. I got to get them deals. Everybody mind is throwed off. I say everybody whose mind is throwed off, not everybody. Okay. So we looking at this and we like, oh my word. Now you done set yourself apart. You done been set apart. Now you observing the law, statutes, and commands of the Most High, and your mind is focused on things of the kingdom of the Most High, not the kingdom of Satan. The kingdom of Satan is fleeting. It's on its way out. I know y'all see it, y'all feel it, y'all know what it is. The distractions are at an all-time high because the Satan still trying to get you. But we gotta fight back. We gotta fight back just the same way. Ball them fists up and serve that enemy. Serve that enemy a knuckle sandwich. Serve that enemy a couple knuckle sandwich, a two-piece and a biscuit, and keep on going. Okay? A three-piece and a biscuit if he hungry. Okay? So what did we learn? Well, I know what I learned. I learned how to build a tabernacle. I learned that as a man with a family, when you begin to set the example that the Most High is setting in your life, and you courageously and bravely do what it takes to stand in it for yourself, not knowing how people is looking at you, not knowing how people is talking about you or feeling about you. Hey, what somebody else got to say about you ain't your business anyway. Okay, that's how they feel about you. You need to know how you feel about you. Okay, you need to know how you feel about you. But when folks is doing all this, notice how I say what folks is doing. If I'm worried about what folks is doing, then I ain't worried about what the Most High called me to do. So now I'm in the swing of things. Now I'm doing what I need to do for the Most High. And when you have a family, oh my goodness, you have all these little eyes looking at you. Because children learn by doing, not by saying. You could tell a child whatever you want, but the child gonna do what they see you doing. Okay. So if you doing what you need to be doing, eventually that child is gonna want to copy you because you the cool person in your child life. You Mr. Cool, you Mrs. Cool. Okay? You the one who's setting the true tone for your child, for your family. When you start doing what you're supposed to do, slowly but surely, they gonna be watching. Quiz, I pop a quiz. See, I call it pop a quiz. I pop a quiz my two boys the other evening before they went to bed. And I asked them, well, what did y'all learn so far? What is this Feast of Tabernacles all about? Oh my goodness. I had to drop to my knees and give thanks to the Most High, y'all. From them boys helping me to chop down the wood, to find the pine branches, to separate everything like a Lego kit, because that's how we did it. We took all the thicker branches and put them down this way. We took all the cross branches, put them down over here. We took all the pine and separated that. We even built the tabernacle on the floor, on the ground, before we constructed it, so we could see what it was supposed to look like. Remember, we had an idea what it was going to look like. You know what I was doing the whole time? We was doing that. We was measuring with our eyes. You know how Hebrews do. We don't be using too much measuring sticks and all that. We was just measuring with our eyes. And we looking and we said, okay, that look about right. That look about right. That look good over there. That looks strong enough over there. That looks good. Okay. I'm thinking, okay, we got to go back 5 and 6 times to the pine tree that we harvested the pine branches from. Because I said we gonna need a good wallop of those. Each of us should have probably 5, 6 pounds of pine. That should cover the fat for sure. We don't want to make this too heavy, right, boys? They'd be like, yes, Pop. So the whole time we doing this, explaining to them, not with the Bible in hand. How was I gonna do that? How was I gonna have the Bible in my hand and also do the work? chop down these trees. That wasn't gonna happen. I don't have eight hands. You see what I'm saying? So what does that mean to all my men out here, men of Israel? What does that mean? That means we have to do some pre-study. That means we have to do some pre-reading. That means we have to read the word while they sleep at nighttime. We have to read the word while they in class. We have to establish the story within our own hearts ahead of time and get it inside of us. We have to remember inside of us. And then, while we out there in the field working, we have to explain that story to our children. And what I learned is about Feast of Tabernacles, it's one thing to sit in the classroom and try to go over what you got to study, but it's another thing to do hands-on. See, little boys, especially us little Hebrew Israelite boys, we need hands-on. Sitting in that classroom all day and just having somebody tell us what it is, it don't do the same as having hands-on experience. And you notice how they took shop out of school, they took auto class out of school, they took woodworking out of school. That's what all the boys. I remember coming up through junior high, high school. If we was gonna do an elective, there was only a few of us in cooking class. The smartest of us did take cooking for a minute. We was like, hey, I want to learn how to bake some cookies because I like cookies. I want to learn how to bake a pie. I want to learn how to operate an oven. Mama said I'm gonna have to learn how to cook one day anyway, so I might as well do a semester, a quarter of that home economics and learn how to cook something. Okay, even if I don't do it now, but every little boy want to do woodworking, especially coming up. We all wanted to do woodworking. We all wanted to do auto shop. These were things that was hands on. You get to tinker in class. Uh, Mischief was down in them classes. You better not act no fool where all these drills and saws is at. You mess around and get hurt. And the actual level of children getting hurt in class during those shops, it was real low. You might have a fool who was in there acting stupid, but he was the perfect example for the rest of us to know. Don't be, don't do that. You see what I'm saying? So little boys need to be hands on with it. Okay, it goes against our nature to be sitting down too long, just be listening and not doing. So when I had them boys out there with me chopping down this wood, and I'm explaining to them what the Feast of Tabernacles is all about, I'm painting a picture for them. I'm inspiring and exciting their imagination. And they're seeing our ancestors and ancestresses out there in the wilderness. Because that's where they are. They're out there in front of the trees and the forest line and all the timber is right there next to them. And we walking through the woods and we getting this wood and we bringing it back out into the open field and we looking at it and we harvesting this wood and they can see themselves in the narrative. And when you can see yourself in the narrative, you going to remember that narrative. Papa quizzed them a few nights later after we'd already constructed the tabernacle. They didn't hear the lessons. They hearing the remembrance that they need to be brought into their lives about how they need to be thinking. Because I told them, hey boys, as we built this tabernacle, you listen to this story about the why we are building this tabernacle and why it's so important. One day you're going to be men, and one day you're going to be papas. And one day, you are going to have to do the same exact thing with your children, my grandbabies. One day, you are going to be a grandfather, and you're going to have to teach your grandsons, and you're going to have the wisdom and the strength to be able to construct these tabernacles. And you're going to have to know the story and the reason why we are doing this. Do y'all hear me? Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa. We hear you. Okay, now, I'm going to check. I'm going to make sure y'all hear me now. So when I hit them with that Papa quiz and they was getting ready to nod out and I hit them with that, oh, I was brought to my knees in thanks, y'all. Because not only did these boys learn how to build something they ain't never built before, not only did they understand the importance of the tabernacle, but they also remembered the story. And they had never read it in the Bible for themselves. All they had was a real life application and they Papa teaching them what the story was. Pretty much word for word from how I remembered it as I read it in the Torah, as I read about the schematics and blueprints in the book of Nehemiah. Are y'all hearing the importance of this Feast of Tabernacles. This is what I learned. Hands-on application mixed with the word and the study brings everything to life. And so many of us in the concrete jungle in the cities don't have this opportunity to be able to put both together and to see how our ancestors and ancestresses saw, to see the relevancy of why this word is still alive and true. When we're around that concrete jungle and we got all this technology around us, and we got all of the toys of the devil around us and all the distractions, the flat screen TVs and the iPads and that. Look, we off the technology right now, so don't get me wrong. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm talking to y'all through technology right now. Y'all are watching, y'all have been participating because of technology right now. So that's a good thing. But when we allow those forms of technology to throw us off and distract us further away from the Most High, that's when it gets to be a bad thing. That's when it's not so good. You see what I'm saying? That's when it's a problem. So what we need to do is find balance in this day and really seek the face of the Most High. So that's what I learned even more. It was solidified in my life. So now I'm joyously looking forward to the next tabernacles. I'm joyously looking forward to how can I increase my observance of it, our observance of it. How can I bring it into more fruition? I know I got to get some livestock. The time that I came into this land, listen, it was just enough getting this whole family out of California, something I ain't never did before. It was enough having, when I moved around my family in California and Vallejo, we always was elevated. But I always had a brother, like my little roof brothers, or somebody to help me, cousins, or somebody to help me, partners. Somebody can help me move, load up a U-Haul, move. Most of the time, it was always on me. But I still had some other manly help, to help me lift a couch, to help me do this, to help me. This time, it was just me and my two boys, and whatever strength they had. And I'm talking about the moving aspect of things. And primarily, it was on me. So when it was time to load up that U-Haul and everything like that, first of all, the U-Hauls, they were sold out. I was like, what in the world is going on? Everybody moving, everybody shaking. They have nothing for out of state, y'all. They have nothing for out of state. We end up having to give away and sell a lot. They said, hey, when we get to where we going, that's when we'll get everything back. The Most High blessed us to do exactly that. But loading up that storage trailer and all of that, that was all on me. Putting them, washing them dryers in there and loading that thing up, that was on me. I ain't had nobody around this time. Driving that thing out and getting it out of the state, moving down that highway and that freeway, knowing I'm gonna have to unload everything. And that's when I realized, oh, back in 2013, if I was gonna do this back then, 2014, 2015, it would have been even more difficult because my children at that time was little, tiny. They didn't have the strength that they even have now. They growing into puberty. They didn't have the strength back then. They was really little boys back then, and I was gonna need them. I didn't know how much I was gonna need them. I needed them. They showed up and showed out. Okay, I didn't know that they were still little babies like that. And now, at the perfect time, right when they reach that place in their puberty levels where their muscles are starting to form and they starting to get more stronger. Now they can help their papa. Now I got my little helper squad. See what I'm saying? But before that, I didn't. The Most High knew exactly what he was doing. Are y'all hearing me? Everything happens in divine order. That's another part that I was confirmed in. Wanting to observe these high holy days in the concrete jungle. I remember I observed the Feast of Unleavened Bread, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. It's so funny. I took every single thing. Hey, family CL, thank you for joining us. I took every single thing, y'all. Every single thing that had leaven in it. Anything that had yeast in it, I took out my house, y'all, and I put it outside. And I was like, this can't be in here. My cabinets went to having all kind of food in it to having nothing. Oh my goodness. Oh Goodness, the half century mark. Everybody, let's wish Queen Sister Ciela a happy birthday. Oh, what a blessing today is. I'm trying to be like you one day. Oh, the big 50, the big 5. Oh, blessed birthday. Thank you for sharing that with us. Happy blessed birthday. Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish a happy birthday and all your dreams come true. Hey, I think that's how the song go. That's how it's gonna go today. Happy birthday, family. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. I hope that everything that you desire comes to you, if not today, throughout the whole year. And my thing is this: when it's my birthday, I'm gonna share with you what I do on my birthday real quick. On our birthday, we always want people to wait on us hand and foot. And we want to feel super special because we want people to identify us, right? This is what I do on my birthday. You're very welcome so much. This is what I do on my birthday, family. I like to be super, super charitable on my birthday. We expecting presents to come to us and all that. Don't even worry about that. You be a present to somebody else. You be a gift giver to somebody else on your birthday. I like to set the tone. Because when you give, especially on your birthday, oh my goodness, the blessings that you get throughout the year, you'll be blessed in ways you didn't even know you was going to be blessed. Oh, you needed some help on the side of the road, or you needed some help at that grocery store. You needed some help someplace where you wasn't expecting to need some help. Oh, watch how that help comes to you throughout the year. Because you was kind to somebody, not thinking about yourself on your birthday. Be a blessing to somebody else on your birthday. And don't worry about people blessing you, but you be a blessing to somebody else. Oh, that's the plan that you on your way then. You on your way then. Consider yourself blessed the whole year. You on your way. You on your way. October is a special year for birthdays too. My brother's birthday is tomorrow. My older brother that's on top of me. Yeah, I got a twin, my sister, and then it's our brother. His birthday coming up tomorrow. And then my second son, his birthday. Thank you. I let him know y'all sending love. And then on the 22nd, my youngest son birthday is. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of birthdays coming up. Definitely. So y'all, the point is I feel really accomplished. 19th is mine. Yeah, but you ahead. Aren't you in the UK? So it's pretty much like the 19th now, isn't it? Y'all like 8 hours ahead or something, right? It's 12, yeah, so yeah, it's the 19th your time now. So that's cool. That's cool. And make sure you get you plenty of rest so you have a fulfilling day. So you have a fulfilling day. You're gonna get mad love. You're gonna get mad love. But also remember to be a blessing to somebody else and you're gonna be up. You're gonna be up for sure. But look, y'all, as the sun starts going down, what do y'all say we go on and see if we can light this fire? I'm gonna have to set up the tripod, which isn't no big deal at all. But I say that to say I'm going to be taking this phone off the charger and let's see how we can do this. Let's see how we can do this. I wanted to wait for it to start getting a little darker outside and for the sun to go down so we could actually see the flame. You know what I mean? Okay, we gonna do this, and let me see. I could put the phone on the tripod, keep the live stream going. I got my matches right now, and it don't look like it's too windy, so this would be the perfect time if we gonna do it. Right now, like I said, see what I don't have. I don't have no freshly dispatched lamb, no sheep, or no goats right now. So that's the part of it where it's like, hey, I do everything that I need to even do. That's why I'm not holier than thou. Listen, y'all, I'm your bruh. Yo, bruh. But I hope that what y'all get in between the lines when y'all see these types of live streams is just, man, bruh, doing his best. That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta see for yourself. I'm doing my best, bruh doing his best. We all doing our best. We still in the place of our captivity. So as long as we setting our mind on the Most High, and this was the point of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, I know the Most High was laughing at me because this is my first time doing it. Not recently. This is years ago. Okay, and I'm up here. I got boxes of food that's all outside my house. Yeah, the best is all we got. So I got all this food outside my house. No yeast nowhere. The freezers, if it was anything had to do with some yeast, even if it was some frozen pizza, that stuff was out the house, y'all. I was like, this is funny. Then, of course, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is actually us removing the leaven from our own hearts. Removing that yeasty part from our minds, from our hearts. That's what it's really, really about. Everything is always about spiritual first. You know what I'm saying? Let's just put it out there. This is your tabernacle. This is the true tabernacle right here. This avatar. Okay. So let's just keep it 100 on the spiritual level real quick. This is the tabernacle. The tabernacle that we built is a replication of this tabernacle. Okay. We had our tabernacles running through and walking through the wilderness, but our tabernacle needed a tabernacle. Okay, our tabernacle needed a tabernacle of shelter as well. So this all is a signification of the Most High's creation and placing us into the creation. Okay, and when you start, listen, this is the biggest thing about the law, statutes, and commands that crack me up when our people refuse to do them. So I don't know where Apple is right now with the latest iPhone. What number is it? What's the latest iPhone right now? Do anybody know? It's not a trick question. It's not rhetorical. I really want to know. What is it, like iPhone 14, 15, 16? What iPhone is the latest iPhone? I'm giving you an example. When I figured out this example, the iPhone was like on iPhone 5 or 6. It might have even been the first or second iPhone. Okay, thank you, family. So iPhone 14. All right. Wow. All right. So we had iPhone 14. Now, this is talking about law, statutes, and commands, right? How important they are, right? Check this out. Somebody purchased their first iPhone this year, and it's going to end up being probably an iPhone 14, right? They get this iPhone 14. I'm pretty sure I have an iPhone, but it's not no iPhone 14. And I remember when I opened up the box, it had a thick little manual in it. I know that Apple products have a lot of little loopholes, and I just got rid of my six reluctantly. Yeah, that six is a good one. It was right there in the middle where you could have everything that you needed, right? Leave them updates and all that stuff alone. No, thank you. I think I like my thing just how it is. Thank you kindly. But my point is that iPhone came with a manual, right? And it has this user manual. And if you ain't ever had one, if you got a Samsung Galaxy, the point is all of these phones come with manuals, and these manuals are called instructions. And they have instructions. And there's little quirky things in the instructions that if you learn, you can use your phones in different ways. Like, oh dang, if you just turn the phone on and just use it for what it's for, the updates ruin the battery. Okay, if you use the phone for what it's for, just to call people, well, that's not really instruction based. You know how to do that. Some people don't even know how to do that and need some help. But the point is, if you use it in its simplest format, 9 times out of 10, you're already aware with the instructions. Turn the phone on, press the little symbol with the phone on it, dial your number, press the green button, and make your call. Right? Well, the instructions are for all of the other stuff in the phone. Best practices to use the phone to maximize the life of the phone so that you don't waste the phone, so that you can use it as a tool as well as a calling device. Right? Nobody trips off of reading those instructions. Steve Jobs and all the Apple team wrote all these manuals up, and All of these instructions include their little Apple Bible, iPhone Bible into each and every product. And then you can sit up there and read it. Nobody complains. People just read it. Take a little 30 minutes to an hour and read that manuals, and they put it back in the box or they throw it away or whatever it is. And then they have a little heirloom, a little keepsake. Oh, this came with my phone. I think I'm going to hold on to this. Some people collect them. My point is, and I'm looking, it's the first time I've seen planes like this with they little contrails. Now, contrails aren't chemtrails. Contrails are the release of vaporized pressure in the airplane. So you know the difference between a contrail and a chemtrail. A chemtrail is that long, nasty, gaseous, nasty stream of white lines in the sky. And they just last. A contrail, you'll see it coming out the back of a jet or an airplane, and it dissipates. Okay, it dissipates. Well, that's what I'm seeing right now. But the fact of the matter is, I'm seeing all these airplanes flying overhead, and I don't normally see that. But I do know over the last couple of days, it was a true increase in light ship activity and chariot activity. And yesterday, live streaming, I actually saw a chariot at daytime, and I was like, "Whoa, haven't seen that before." Especially going live, never seen that. But yes, I have, but not going live. And so back to the story. When it comes to them iPhone instructions, Samsung instructions, we quick to read that. We quick to enjoy that. We want to enjoy our phone. We don't trip. We just read it, do it, bam. Well, and it makes us cool. Well, don't making us cool read the Bible. Don't reading the Bible make us cool too. Don't reading the Torah make us cool too. Don't observing the law, statutes, and commands supposed to make us cool too. So this is what I had to start asking myself. I would say, yeah. I would say, yeah. I would say, yeah. Exodus 14, verse 24. You know what? Let's start at verse 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them. It gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And what is that? Let's start at verse 18. Actually, let's start at verse 17. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Most High, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed, and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face, and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them, talking about the Egyptians, but it gave light by night to these, talking about the Israelites, so that the one came not near the other all night. Y'all seeing that? This cloud, this angel, made it look dark to the Egyptians. So they was like, man, where are we at? We can't even see nothing. But then to our Israelite brothers and sisters, it was a light. So we was able to keep on moving and get separate even more toward the reed of seas where it was about to be parted open. Right before we get led into the wilderness. Okay. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Most High caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. So this was an east wind. That means that the waters were westward in front of them. Y'all seeing that? The east is behind me right now. My back is to the east. So that means that I'm facing the exact direction. I'm headed west. I'm heading west right now. literally facing west. So a strong east wind blew from behind the children of Israel headed west, and the waters began to divide. And the Most High caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind. See, it went back. And as it's going back, it's spreading open. That eastern wind is at my back and it's blowing this way, west, and the waters are spreading and dividing. So that means the children of Israel, wherever they was headed west. Think about, hello, made the sea dry land and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Most High looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Most High fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And the Most High said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon the chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And the Most High overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea. And the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Most High saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Most High did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Most High and believed the Most High and his servant Moses. Now, the reason we had to cover that is because on this last day of the Feast of Tabernacles, oh, y'all, as soon as I lifted up my head and began talking again about why we are going over this, two beautiful deer are right here on the land, and they're eating. They're foraging right now for the food that they like to eat, and they are comfortable as ever. And they're watching me right now as they eat. I take that as a sign too. The reason that I had to read that passage to you is because just like then, we were led from a place of captivity and bondage that was so overwhelming that we had Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome existed back then as well, but it didn't have a name for it called Stockholm syndrome. His name was probably Stop Doing Like the Other Nations. But Stockholm syndrome, wanting to be like our oppressor, so much so that we don't think that we can get out of a situation, so we begin to do like the oppressor. We begin to do like the places of our captivity. And just like back then, we're going to be gathered out a second time. But the reason I brought up the Feast of Unleavened Bread earlier is because just like the Feast of Tabernacles today, as we've all joined each other in these observances, they might not be exactly how they're supposed to be observed, but our hearts are getting tuned. We're getting our minds ready for the true observations. We're getting our hearts ready to really observe these things when there's a great multitude of us all around. So we have to practice. These are shadows of things to come. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't get your heart into the swing of things now and practice them now, and you get pulled out of the place where you have been placed in your captivity into the wilderness again, just like our ancestors and ancestors were yanked out of Kemet, out of the places of our comfort, and then placed into a place of discomfort, we won't be ready, we won't be primed, or we'll be more interested in rebelling and going back to the place of our captivity. just like our ancestors and ancestresses was doing. Many of them, once they got to that wilderness, once so you see, they saw all this supernatural stuff happening, and while that was happening, it was still fresh on the mind of our ancestors and ancestresses. Many of us can see the chariots and angels in the sky and seeing them get into position. That is supernatural. And when you see it for yourself, you're going to realize everything that this world got to say chase after is a total distraction because it's something bigger and more supernatural out here and more spiritual than you might have ever thought imaginable. Remember them MIB scenes where Will Smith was chasing down that alien. And he was like, what in the world was that? Before then, he was just a regular New York City cop until he started seeing some more stuff. He was recruited into the MIB. And at that point, that's when he started seeing it all. All the things that the media tries to keep us distracted from seeing, he saw. And just like that movie, this is real life though. And I know what I see. And I see the supernatural every night, every day. And so when you start realizing that there's more to this life than what they ever could have told you either gonna get numb to it, you're gonna want to ignore it, or you're gonna want to learn more about it. I hope you don't turn your back on it and get numb to it. Because when you get numb to it, you end up doing like our ancestors did. We saw the greatest things before us. We had pillars of smoke and fire. We had the chariots all around us. We was listening to the voice of the Most High, literally hearing the voice, seeing the thunderings and the lightnings, and seeing the presence of the Most High. And our people got numb to it so much so that we was like, well, okay, we've seen it. Now let's go back to where we was at because this is too difficult. Instead of really trusting in the Most High and realizing, well, wow, if we seen all this and we saw the Most High do all this, well, then all we got to do is trust the Most High and be led to wherever we supposed to go. Okay? And so this is why it's important to get into the swing of things. Right now, the deers is coming toward me, y'all. So look, this is why it's important to get into the swing of things. And this is why I had to read that. What we're gonna do right now, excuse me. Let's y'all don't mind me. I'm gonna show y'all these deer. Let's get into the swing of this. I'm gonna take the phone and I'm gonna put it, excuse the close up, y'all. Don't be liking to breathe all down your face. All right. What is this? Okay, I ain't never used that option. Oh, I could do changes on the thing. I ain't never did that before. All right, y'all. Let me hitch this down a little bit and let's go. Let me grab my keys. Ain't nobody gonna steal the truck. I just don't want them in the truck. All right, y'all. Let's go. Now, hopefully the feed stays good. Hey, little one, how you doing, baby? Y'all see? Y'all see the deer running away? Y'all see her running away? That's a whitetail. You welcome, baby. You don't gotta run away. It's me. You see them right there, y'all? You see the deer? I'm about to light this fire up for us so we can stay warm, okay? Y'all see him? Y'all see him? Yeah. You see them, baby? Papa, Papa. All right, y'all, let's set it up. So here go the pit right here, the fire pit. We gonna close out this Feast of Tabernacles as right away as we can. All right, let's see. I told y'all, the deers is right there. I think those is two different ones though. All right. I thank y'all for rocking with me. I thank y'all for loving me. I love y'all. Let me get a little bit of this kindling real quick. Let me get a couple little pieces of kindling to go in the open spots. Y'all, this is what we be doing. We be out here. We'll sit around the fire. We'll set up the lawn chairs out here. And we haven't done it since it's been cold. Well, since it started getting cold all of a sudden, we had some overcast. And what we like to do is sit out here and talk. After every Shabbat or a day before the Shabbat, we'll decompress for the week. What did we learn? What did we observe out here in the land? Was there anything that you want to share with the family? You still feeling culture shock being out here this far away from California? Like what's really up? And then we get out here, and while we talking, and we sitting under the stars, we'll look up, and all the light ships just be dancing all over us, all around us. We know that we covered and protected, and we give thanks to the Most High, and we just recognize the blessing of being in this set apart place right now, realizing that there's so much going on in the world, trying to figure out how we gonna benefit and aid our people when it's time. Really thinking about the future, but from a non-selfish perspective, because so many of us still need help. So we trying to figure that out every day. So we praise the Most High. We thank the Most High for the flame. We thank the Most High for the warmth. We thank the Most High for the ability to be able to do things that we might not have ever known to do. So let's see if we could get this fire started with a little kindling. I put a little paper towel down up in there. So what you got to do is try not to let everything go out. Oh yeah, y'all, I'll be doing this fire thing. Now, don't worry, I'm not no pyromaniac, but I do be doing this fire thing, y'all. So y'all don't gotta worry about being cold with old bro True Juice. Cause it's cold. Y'all can kind of hear it in my voice, huh? It's kind of cold. Let's see. Let's make sure it catch. Let's make sure it catch. Y'all don't mind me. I'm just looking. Remember, it was wet out here. It had rained. So I'm also hoping that the wood stays lit, because it did rain. Okay, I think we on. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all heard that rule before. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm gonna hold this like that for a second. Peace and rest from the rat race is truly a great gift from the Most High. That's correct, Mama Carolyn. But, you know, I like to say this and add to that. In peace and rest, there should also be a sort of preparation and planning as well. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us like to get to the paradise or get to the place where we could kick up, right? And then we like, well, we here. Forget about everybody else. We here though. Oh, thank you, Mama and Papa. Thank you, oh Most High. Y'all see this? It's up. All praises. All praises. Oh yeah. Now y'all gonna see this flame. Y'all gonna see how the Most High do. Consuming fire. A consuming fire. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all see that? This is all wood off the land, y'all. Oh, this is a blessing right here, y'all. It's so cold. It's chilly. It's chilly, y'all. But this fire, it's feeling good. Welcome to the first bonfire on the live stream. So usually we do this. I cut the live stream off, and then the family sit around. So y'all don't really get to see this. Next year though, next Feast of Tabernacles, I have some brick, so first of all these stones that you see around here come from the property. They come from under the ground, all of them. And what I want to do, I built a small grill. Okay. Hey, baby, I built a small grill out of the flat stones. Okay, now let me stand back a little bit. Y'all know I got my beard on my face. We don't want to do nothing funky. So, fire safety is a must, y'all. So, what I do is I have a small oven that I built right here. It's a stove. And all I gotta do is with these rocks, how careful everything is, stick my kindling in there, a couple good logs, and then we be popping popcorn out here. You could cook out here, you could make your own grill, you could even fry food out here once the fire goes down. You can make you a pot of something like some soup or some pottage. Y'all see how good this fire kicking now, y'all? Oh, praises to the Most High. Y'all see that? So we give thanks. Now, this is the consuming fire. When I think of the Most High, this is what I think about. I think about this consuming fire. Look how strong that flame is. It's kicking. That's what I think about. That's what I think about. And I think about all the love, all of the glory, all of the grace. Can you imagine a pillar of fire like this following our people into the wilderness after we left Kemet? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the sight? Can you imagine what Moses saw when he was in the when he was out there looking for his sheep, and then he was led to that burning bush, and the voice of the Most High came out of the burning bush, out of the flame. Can you just imagine that? How special that was, how supernatural that was? Can you see why Moses, out of all the people of Israel, could have even realized that the Most High was real? You see, the Most High always has men who see different forms of the Most High, who know it's beyond belief, y'all, who know the Most High is real. Listen, y'all, I know the Most High is real. I know it. Yes, he is blessed out there quiet so he can God's voice clearly. Let me see. Isn't he blessed to have such a wonderful life? Oh, thank you, y'all. Thank you, y'all. Yes, I'm counting my blessings every day, y'all. This is what I'm saying. When we are blessed, though, we have to figure out how to spread the blessings. Sometimes blessings are just going to be for you. You don't got to feel bad about getting blessings for you. But many times, why you are blessed is for a bigger picture, okay? It's truly for a bigger picture. I had to be led here so that the confirmation of my relationship with the Most High will be completely cemented. So no force, no devil, no demon, nothing could take me away from my purpose as a man of the Most High. Okay? I live in a very pretty town. It's a blessing to see what we all can accomplish too, keeping the Most High Mama and Papa in the forefront. That's right, Soleil V. All praises. And right now, that hustle and bustle of the busy town, yes, that's where me and my family just came from. So it can be difficult at times to avoid and leave the distractions alone. That's the point too. But the fact is it's not impossible. When you begin to do the things and practice and begin to work toward living a life for the Most High by observing the law, statutes, and commands, and really doing your best to observe how you can within everything that you can do, the Most High sees that and wants to reward you. But if you're not doing what you can do where you are, how are you going to do what you can eventually do where you think you want to be? So I have to know who the Most High is. It's not difficult. Is that what you were saying? It's not difficult. It's not difficult. I think that's what you were saying, Sister Arcia. It's not difficult, but it can be cumbersome. Let me see. I keep life simple. Yes, keep life simple. Keep life simple. Keep life simple for sure. And this is my thing, y'all. I know the Most High is real. Nobody can tell me nothing. And I don't mean to say that like ignorantly or nothing like that. No, no, no. The Most High is real, y'all. But this is the thing about the Most High. Just like our forefathers and foremothers saw the Most High for themselves, literally talked and walked with the Most High, they still went off on their own way and wanted to go back to serve other gods and to be like the Gentile nations. Even though they saw, they knew, but they didn't know. And see, this is why I said what I said about I know. It's beyond belief. I know the Most High is real. I know the Most High is true. And at this point of my life, I can only be used as an example of that truth and that realness. I'm not in the business of coercion. I'm not in the business of manipulation. I'm not in the business of trying to beat the truth into somebody's head and yelling and cussing at people if they don't like what I have to say. Each one of us is going to be held accountable for what it is we know or don't know. But we all have an opportunity to get right. We all have an opportunity to stand in truth. We all have an opportunity to have a true relationship with the Most High, know the Most High for ourselves. And I can declare happily that I know the Most High for myself. And one of the reasons that I was finally led to this land, you see, y'all met me and y'all found out about me when I felt like, hey, y'all, I think it's time for me to start. I think I better build this channel. I think I better do this channel because if I'm here now, it's one thing for me to be talking how I'm talking and I'm in the city. And wisdom told me, don't start the channel right now while you on the journey to the land. Don't do that. I know some folks is able to do that. I wasn't gonna be able to do that with everything that we went through to get here. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. My focus needed to be on everything. I'm not the type of YouTuber that like to even drive and go live, and that's not me. Maybe one day, I don't know, but you know, I like to be solidified in my comfort for what I can do when it's something like this. Meaning, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna be driving and going live and all that type of stuff. I gotta keep my eyes on the road. So stuff like that. So now that I'm here on the land, it was placed on my heart to start the YouTube channel. Okay. Here's another thing. On my other channel, Gatekeepers Ministries, y'all see me right there in the hood. I'm literally in my hood. Well, I'm not in my hood, but I'm in a hood. The hood that I adopted as I became a young man. Okay. And so the point of that is I'm in the concrete jungle. I'm in the alleyways. I'm on the block. I'm on the turf. Okay. I'm doing my best to cry loud in the city. Y'all would have cracked up. I think y'all would have been like, boy, go ahead. But I think y'all would have really cracked up because a lot of folks, listen, I get to preaching, right? Let me go get me some tissue real quick, but I think y'all will be able to hear me. I get to preaching, right? And I get to stating that word of the Most High, and I'll be on the block with it, right? And y'all can see this on Gatekeepers Ministries. I'll be out there on the block saying my piece, doing my truth, doing the Most High's word, and people will be closing their windows. I done have people turn their sound systems all the way up. I done have people, remember, I got a loud voice, right? People will be in their house with their windows open. It could be the dead of summertime. They know they need that window open, y'all. And they will shut that window so quick on me, do anything they can not to hear the word. And that used to get to me, and I used to just shake my head, but I understood it. I understood it. This ain't for everybody, and it's for everybody, but everybody don't want it. It's really for the Israelite people. It's for the Gentile nations who really want to do something about it with the Israelite people. But for everybody else, not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Now I usually have my stick out here to do like this, and I don't know if y'all can see that stick I got in my hand. See this stick? I got this stick in my hand. And all I gotta do is work this wood around. And I got a feeling, y'all, one day it's gonna be so many of us on this land. I just got a feeling, you know. I do. Now I'm careful with it. I'm not gonna force nothing. But I just like I said, sometimes we're blessed for just ourselves, but sometimes we're blessed for a bigger purpose. And I know on this land, I don't gotta worry about no government laws and statutes. Okay? In this land, right here, nah, nah, nah. The law of the Most High reigns supreme. Ooh, this wood smells so good. I wish y'all could smell this. I really do. It smells so good. The law of the Most High reigns supreme around these parts. So I don't got to form no constitution. I don't got to do nothing that's out of pocket toward the Most High. Nope. And any guests I have, anybody that come by, anybody that wants to stay for a minute, it got to be under the law, statutes, and commands of the Most High. And so I know that that ain't everybody. You see what I'm saying? It's a set apart place for sure. But I just know what I feel. And if that day come, when that day comes, so be it. But I know what I feel. So I want y'all to keep on going. Keep on living the right way. Keep on doing those things that you commanded and instructed to do, especially you children of Israel. Don't give up. Don't give in. You was born a champion. You was what? Made to win. Now this log goes clear out to the back. I don't know if y'all see it over here. Let me see. See this log? This is my foot. Y'all see my foot over here? Right there. So I'm not gonna sit down though. It's still cold. No cap. It's still cold. But at least I can warm my hands up. And the part of this is in remembrance and closing out the Feast of Tabernacles. So I thank y'all for joining. We're gonna let this fire burn. As soon as this first log breaks apart, this top log right here, it's gonna break off. And once it breaks off, I'll let the fire burn. I'm not gonna put it out. It's gonna get put out just naturally. I had the boys put this pit together. They built the pit, y'all. So shout out to my sons. They did it quick too. I had them go to the back. They had to carry each stone out here, and they put this pit together, and they did it masterfully, like they've done it a million times, and perhaps they have. As I say this, the coyotes are singing. It's many of them. Some of them might even get curious and try to come out this way. See this how y'all saw those deer? Y'all saw them deers running? That's what the coyotes be doing out here too. I had a coyote at my gate, lying down at the gate like it was my guard dog, y'all. The funniest thing ever. I said, "What is that?" I said, "What is that by my gate? Looking like a dog, looking like a German Shepherd or something." I said, "I ain't got no dog. Who dog is out?" And I ran up to the gate, and sure enough, it was a coyote. And that's probably a whole nother conversation, but we got measures in place to deal with them too, y'all. So don't worry. Y'all don't worry. You know, it's a different type of mindset you gotta have when you come out here too. And that's why a lot of us ain't ready. You just gotta get ready and start observing those laws, statutes, and commands and align yourself with your ancestry. That's what happened with me. I told y'all back when I wanted to leave the land, it just wasn't back when I wanted to leave the city, it wasn't time. And as much as I wanted it to be time, the Most High was like, "Nope, not yet, son. You got some more work you got to do. You're not ready." All right. It was one of the hardest times though, because I wanted to leave. I wanted to flee that Babylon system. I kind of thought I knew the power of being on the land, but now, coming at the end of this fifth month of being here and closing out the Feast of Tabernacles, being on the land has showed much more to me than I ever could have imagined. Look how I said that the flame kicked up even brighter. You see? Like this is real talk, y'all. The Most High is for real, but who am I to tell you? I'm just one of his servants. I'm just a servant. That's all I am. I'm just a servant. I've dedicated my life to the Most High. I've dedicated my life that was already dedicated to the Most High, and that's what hurts my heart about my actions of the past. I was already dedicated to the Most High. All of your firstborn sons will be dedicated to the Most High, the people of Israel. I'm my mama's firstborn son. I was already dedicated, and I didn't know all the way. Y'all want to know something? I learned how to read and speak Psalm 23. Beautiful fire looks warming and calming. Oh yes, we were born ready. My grandbaby and I want to roast our marshmallows now. I know that's right. I live in an area where I can be fine
for lighting a real fire. Sad times. My grand taught me to kindle, taught me to kindle a mean fire. That's right. Chief needed his tribal land first. Yeah, that's right, mama. Dream to have the land and the peace with nature and the animals. Y'all, I'm just now seeing all of these comments. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. Please excuse me for not responding when y'all left the comment. Yeah, that's right. I agree to that. Chief needed the land first. That's right. And I knew that, but I'm servant chief. I'm a servant chief. I'm here to do those things that please the Most High. I'm a mama's firstborn, and I was already set apart from the womb. But living where I'm from and believing a lie for the time that I believed it, and for not doing what I could have been doing, it's a catch 22. I don't like to go against the divine will of the Most High. Everything happened how it was supposed to happen in my life. And that's why I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that I was spared. I'm grateful that I had an opportunity to wake up. And that's all I want for my brothers and sisters. That's all I want. I hope that the opportunity to wake up is recognized and taken by the horns, just fully taken, and don't squander it. Don't squander it. And Mama Carolyn, I hope that marshmallows is vegan marshmallows. I hope you got some vegan marshmallows over there. I think I'm gonna do a dietary study. When we went over this, that was probably one set of the laws and statutes and commands that we didn't get to touch on yet, but we gonna touch on those too, the dietary laws of Hebrews, and we gonna talk about that. I know a lot of our folks are still loving to eat that crab meat, them crab legs, them scrimps, and all of that kind of stuff. We gonna talk about that. I know my family, it was difficult to leave the pepperoni and the pork alone for a minute once I realized what we was doing. And then it's even more difficult to avoid all the different foods that have those things hidden within them. I think you should share recipes. Okay, I'll share recipes while we talk about what not to eat. How is that? So instead of talking about just what we shouldn't eat, like I know so many people do, we'll go head on. Bread, smoothies, food. Okay. I'll share my recipe for unleavened bread. I think y'all will enjoy that. It's really simple. I'll share my recipe for biscuits. It's really simple and they're delicious biscuits like my grandmama used to make. Real simple, delicious biscuits that ain't got nothing nasty in them. Um, I'll talk about what foods we not supposed to eat and where a lot of the byproducts of these unclean foods are. Like since we're talking about marshmallows for a moment, the marshmallows, most of them, how we see them today, they're yummy little, delicious little dessert foods, aren't they? But they're packed with gelatin, and that gelatin comes primarily from the pig marrow. Okay, from the uh, pig tendons and pig ligaments and pig muscles and all of that sort of thing. And it sucks. I know it's like, come on now. These good little snacks, they got pig in them. Even the Pop Tarts, y'all. The Pop Tarts with the frosting on them good strawberry Pop Tarts with the sprinkles and the frosting. The frosting is packed with gelatin, y'all. So what I have to do is I got to get my children. They know now. They get the unfrosted Pop Tarts, and they've just grown to like them. They get the unfrosted Pop Tarts, and I suppose one day we can make a little frosting for them, homemade frosting, and put the frosting on the Pop Tart. I just thought about that just now, but they wasn't ever tripping for me to think about it like that. But yeah, so those Pop Tarts, they not even good. Most of the gummy fruit snacks, they got gelatin in them. So anytime you see a product with gelatin in it, that means pig, okay? And we not supposed to be eating no swine. Okay, no pig byproducts, for instance. So the alternative to that, for marshmallows at least, is going to get you some vegan marshmallows. I know it's like vegan. Ugh, what are you talking about? Well, the vegan marshmallows, they don't have no pig in it. Okay, it's not no pork in them, and that's the ones that we use. And you can still roast your marshmallows. You can still make your s'mores, all of it, and they melt pretty good and everything, and they taste great. They taste like vanilla. They taste like vanilla, but whatever the vanilla that they put it in, a couple of drops of vanilla, vanilla bean. So there are alternatives. We just have to educate ourselves to the alternatives. You know what I mean? And so I'm not gonna get up here and tell nobody what not to eat necessarily and not have no alternative or solution. So I like that idea, Queen Sister RCL. Share some recipes and we could go about it like that. Now I'm out here and let me see. I'm looking up. The Most High just told me, son, look up. And this is the perfect time where we would normally start seeing light shifts, due to the evening time. Now, I didn't tried to capture light shifts on my phone, but the light just be too dim sometime and my phone's zoom don't work to where you can see things in the sky. So I'm working on getting a zoom apparatus, something that I could use to zoom in into the sky so y'all could really see. Okay. Now, maybe I should go get my fire moving stick at this time because I see the fire trying to kind of go out a little bit. What I'm gonna do is pick up this big log. This was a good thick log. See, I got it in my hand right now. See, it's getting dark though. That's a good thick log. I like that. Got a little more smoke going up. Now, it's a clean wood when that smoke is white. When that smoke is white and it's going up, that's when you know it's a good clean wood, okay? So that smoke is just going to add to the atmosphere. It's going to add to the clouds up top, and it's going to add moisture to the air. So that's a good smoke. Okay, so we know we doing okay. We know we doing well. It's still warm around the pit, but walking about 5 feet away, it gets cold again. Okay, but this is a beautiful, beautiful evening, nonetheless. I'm looking for the light ships now, and I'll tell y'all when I see one. But the chariots are always over us. It's whether or not they phase in into visibility that you see them or not. And I know you're like, bruh, I ain't seen no light ship. Oh, you will. Just know that when you see it, it ain't no satellite. Let me tell y'all something. May 26th or March 26th of 2021, uh, I was still in the Bay. I was still in Vallejo. And I came home, I want to say from maybe Walmart or something. I pulled into my garage, and my garage was like a carport slash garage. So, most garages have four walls, your garage door, the back wall, and the side walls, right? Well, our garage at the time, it was like a carport where the two side walls were taken away just to keep an open airflow to the design outside. And we had these curtains, these cool decorative outdoor curtains, when family come over or whatever, you can pull the shades down. They was more like shade curtains for the just to keep out, certain little bugs from flying around. Let me see. Okay, y'all. So my battery just told me I got low battery. So I'm gonna tell you this story and then we gonna conclude this live stream. But so I'm outside, I pulled into the garage. It was about this time right now. And as I pulled in, the Most High told me, look up into the sky. Y'all, when I tell you what I'm finna say, this was so major. few other people all over the world saw these formations too. We all immediately took to social media. I know it's still on my Facebook page. We took to social media, and within 30 minutes to an hour, the government had Elon Musk get on the news and say that what everybody saw was satellites in the sky, part of this new so called system. Well, the thing about it is, by this time, I knew that what was over our head was a firmament, okay? So, all that whole idea of satellites and all that mess, y'all forget about all of that. Let me tell you what I saw. This was the first time in my life. There's been nights when I've seen 20 to 22 light ships over a course of an hour, phasing in and phasing out, flying north, south, east, west, all directions, crossing and crisscrossing paths with one another. But this was the first time in my life. I need y'all to hear me. And this is when I knew things was really ramping up. This is the first time in my life where I saw an entire fleet of light ships in a caravan. Meaning the light ships it was a humongous group of about 100 light ships flying across the sky. All I could say when I got into the garage and I looked up, still outside, mind you, because it's a carport type garage. Look, as I say this, the fire increases. All I could say was, "The chariots of the Lord! The chariots of the Lord! You gotta come out! Come outside!" I'm screaming at the top of my lungs to any neighbor, anybody who could come outside. Do you know the only people that came outside was my wife and children? They the only ones that ran outside. Everybody else stayed inside. And then I remembered that prophecy: two in the field, one shall be left, the other taken. Some will be in the house, others will be outside of the house. Do not go back into the house or to the rooftop. Stay where you are and get ready to be picked up. That's what that's all about. Listen, that was the first time where I saw a fleet of light ships, 100 or more, flying in a caravan across the sky. And I said, oh my, they have all the angels are truly getting set up and prepared for that day of Armageddon, y'all. Like, this ain't no joke. Think about war. And think about how rank and file each military has to set up before they attack or before they do what they do. A lot of times, if you think about the old days, think about the red coats, the British versus the colonists over here in America, right? When they was over here fighting in the Revolutionary War, the soldiers would stand apart from each other and just be looking at each other for days. They would be trying to do any negotiations or anything like that, but they would be looking at each other for days on end, right? And then the little captains will ride out on their horse, chicka-chung, 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 and then they meet in the middle, right? And if it wasn't no agreement that could be settled, then it's wartime. And that's what's going to happen. That's what's happening now. All the rank and file is in the sky getting ready. And all of this country and all the shadow governments, technology and all the Space Force, the Army, the military, all of them are getting ready too. But they can't tell you that's what's really going on. So they have to distract you. They can't tell you what's really going on. So they have to distract you the best way that they can. All right. So look, I'm not here to be no distraction. I'm not here to be no distraction. Remember why we set this fire. We lit this fire because we're closing out the last day of Feast of Tabernacles. This is a celebration fire. This is a fire to remind us of the consuming fire that guided our people from point A to B while we were in the wilderness. This is a fire that one day will have the burnt offering on top of it. Okay? So right now, I couldn't put the burnt offering on top of it because I don't have it. What's that smell? Hmm. All right, I got my blade and everything ready to go. Somebody want to jump and act stupid now. So I got all of that, but what I'm saying is I don't have the burnt offering together, and that's just fine. But one day, this fire will have the burnt offering on it. So look, I'm gonna sign out right now. My phone said I got 10% battery life, and I don't want the live stream to just cut off. I love y'all to life always. Thank y'all for joining me during this first Feast of Tabernacles on this channel, True Jew. All of y'all could consider yourselves blessed, blessed in abundance, blessed for life. Continue to do what you need to do. Let me see. I'm on green juice daily, health reasons. Oh, that green juice good. Yeah, we rock all marshmallows here. Ah, I thank you. I think you should do share recipes. Y'all are so great. All right, so look, y'all have a blessed evening. Remember to give your prayers and your thanks and your gratitude up to the Most High. Thank y'all for joining me and my family with this Feast of Tabernacle celebration. I wish y'all much success moving forward. You know, we only just begun. We still rocking and rolling. I love y'all to life always. Remember to stay blessed, stay vigilant. Most High Mama Papa willing, I'll be back with another one. But until then, gone.